I'm back. Apologies for that. That's the problem with doing live streaming at night. Over here, you tend to find that your service provider may well switch off to do updates or whatever. Everything seems to be okay now. I'm back. But anyway, now I think we've got our house in order. We have a match score of Albinario 3, Acero 2. And at the moment, Acero looks as if he's going to tie the match back up here. Now, this will be the start of cribbage number 5. So the 6 balls there, the 9 balls there, he's going to be hampered slightly over this 11 ball. And he's just got to watch where the cue ball wants to go, because it might want to drop into that side pocket. And you see how it just hit the knuckle there. Commentator's eye. And so we have a tied ball game. Yeah, the perils of doing a live stream in the UK late at night, or certainly after midnight, is the fact that your ISP chooses to do maintenance at those hours, because that's when most people are in bed anyway. And of course, I've paid the price of that tonight. They pulled the plug on me, and it might go again. That's the danger. That is the danger of it. Hopefully it's just a one-off thing, just a quick restart the system or whatever it is they've done. But the good news is it wasn't my PC that did anything funny. It was I saw the light on my BT hub had gone out, which is never a good sign. But everything's back in good order. And in the meantime, Acero, having squared the match, is off and running again in rack number 7. This will be cribbage number 2. Now, we have this mess here. And when you have balls at close order like that, then you have a shortage of cribbages. That's the problem. Now, clearly, he's on the 4 ball, but the other one would be the 6 in the middle of the table. He's got the 7 and 8. He's got the 6 in the middle of the table, the 9 in the middle of the table. So the 8 takes him to cribbage number 3. And then the problems start, because you've got a 13 ball in the middle of the table here and the 2 balls down here. And the 2 balls blocking the 11. Access to the 11 isn't easy. The 4 balls tight to it. So this is going to be not quite as simple as it looks. And he's not left himself as simple as he could have on this 6 ball. So now that's cribbage number 4. And he's got to now come high into the table for this 13. And that's pretty well got there. Just got to have a quick look at the angle. But this will now give him a 1 rack lead. And Albinario is going to have his work cut out here, the way Acero's going. And I think there's at least 2 balls have gone in, if not more, on this break. And 3 have gone in. And what have we got as partner balls? 13, 12, and 11. Well, he's got the 11 ball. He's got the 13 and the 12 are at this end of the table. And again, he's underhit that by quite a margin. He hasn't got into the cue ball at all. And now he's trying to drag all the pace off this cue ball and make the cut on the 13. And that is very well done. Well, the tough thing about cribbage is when you make 3 balls in the break, the difficult thing is to try and make the partner balls, because usually there's something tied up. In this case, there isn't. And that first shot he played there was tough to hold for that 12 ball. So that's him on 3 cribbages. Just needs to get out and up for that 6 for his 4th. And then, well, he's got to decide where he's headed. Now, clearly, if he's going to take the 10, he's got to push it up the rail. The 5's over the corner pocket. He's deciding to head the cue ball up table. And why he has done that, I have no idea. I have no idea why he did that. He's now hampered over the 5, trying to take the 8. And the 7's on, well, it's off the rail. But I think he could have made his life that bit easier. See, now the cue ball's trying to leak away. But he looks as if he's going to get there. I think he could have made it simpler than this, though. It's gone in, and suddenly it's a 2-rack lead for Acero. Well, he could do with a similar break, but just not too many balls in the break. Well, 1 has gone in as far as I can see, and a second 1 has gone in. And again, I think he needs, what, the 13 and the 12 again. Well, 13 is a bit awkward to get to. Yes, he can get the 12. And the 13 will cut, so he might have to take his medicine here and just get out. Well, he's going to take the 13 first, because the 12's in the clear, or at least he should take the 13 first, because if he's going to take the 12, he's got to get into a certain area to play this cut in the 13 anyway, and he might as well do it from where he is right now. But anyway, he's going to go 12 first, and the problem is he's got to watch the traffic here with this cue ball. He's avoided the traffic, and again, that is pretty good where he's got it. Loads of room to pot the 13. And there's other cribbages waiting here. They've just got to be picked off. You've got the 9, the 6 down the rail. You've got the 11, the 4's down here. You've just got to get that cue ball going in the right direction. Now, what's that? He's going for the 11, and he is drawn back for the 4. Well, this is a tight space. He's got to come back and trying to get through the gap. Oh, no, he's got a lot more room than I thought. Well, Acero's hit a run of form here in these last 3 racks. And suddenly, it is going to be a 3-rack lead, provided he cuts this in. And not a single thing Albinario can do, especially when you're not at the table. Again, another ball has gone in. This time, however, acero can't get to the 9 ball. Well, he could blast at it with the 2 ball and try and get lucky. That's what he's going to do. Well, there's an opportunity for Albinario to come back to the table. I don't know that he's got a great deal to be getting on with here, because again, with this cluster as it is, that's a lot of partner balls all tied up there. And he's having a good look at the table to see where he can start. He's got the 10 that he can drop in. The problem is the 5's blocked with the 14. And of course the 14 been over the pocket, the 1 ball's out of commission where that is. The only one he's got to go for is the 12 and 3 as a starter. So this is, again, the prospects are not good for Albinario in this rack. And I don't know whether he's going to try and run forward and run into something here. Well, he has done, but he didn't get enough. He didn't get enough on the cue ball there. A bit of right English maybe to help it into the back of that stack. And so now he's going to try well, I was thinking for a minute there he's going to try the cut in the 10 and give it a blast. But that won't be any good because, again, the 5 ball doesn't go. And if he takes the 14 ball, he can try cutting that in and getting a chip to knock the 1 out. Seven, of course, blocked by the 14, and of course the 8's down this end of the table. So it's an ugly table. And this shot that he's going to play, I don't know that he's going to benefit a great deal from it. He's potted the 10, but all he's going to do is end up putting balls into the stack there. And he doesn't want to clear that pocket because that's blocking the pocket for the 7. So Albinario's visit is going to be short and sweet. Acero will be back at the table. We've now got another ball in the cluster and not an awful lot available for either player at the moment. So again, this is going to be a bit of a tactical battle. Well, if you were here earlier on, apologies to those of you who've maybe rejoined us, because I didn't have any problem with my PC like I've had in the past. My ISP decided that they were going to switch off for some maintenance or whatever it is they were doing. Thankfully, it wasn't all that long, and we're back up and running. I just hope and fingers crossed that they don't intend to do anything else, because this is when they do maintenance in your ISPs in the middle of the night when they think everybody's in bed. But since I've got back, acero has been a hot shot, and that's a nice little bump, and that has split everything wide open. Well, this is what I said before this match, that, you know, the more aggressive player is going to be acero, and he'll either, you know, he'll live or die by that choice. And in these last 3 racks, Albinario has had 1 visit, and that died a death because this rack was all locked up. Well, he's made a mistake there, acero, and the fact that he's now opened up the stack has given Albinario a lifeline to stay in touch here. We're 1 apiece as far as cribbages go, and now Albinario has got to look at a way at getting out here. Now, this will be cribbage number 2. We've got a 9 ball up the rail and hold for the 6 into the side. We've got a 4 ball and out in the open for the 11. Now, if that was me, I would have taken that 9 and 6 into the side. But either or, it'll still work both ways because he can then play the 9, hold the cue ball through the gap for the 6 into the side. Because that 8 and 2 ball, I think, are tied up. You see, they're not really going anywhere unless you get into them. Well, he's trying to go on the 2, or he's looking at the 2, but I don't believe he wants to play the 2 because, again, you've got to manoeuvre this cue ball quite a distance to go into the 13. The 9 and 6 looks far easier, but that only takes him to cribbage number 4. So now he's going to have to be committed to getting on this 2 ball. Now, if he plays the 13 here, he can back that way and come over this side and leave himself more visible on that 2. Well, he's come out the middle of the table. He's still on it. And this is all he needs to steal a rack back here. Now he needs a break to work for him a little bit. Back to within 2. Ball into the side pocket. Ball into the top pocket. A ball into the bottom left. So Albinario's needing 3. Well, goodness me, he's needing 4 cribbage balls. And he might be able to do this. Let's have a look. Well, unfortunately, the 4 ball isn't one of them. He's going to need the 14. Is that the 11, the 5, and the 3? And of course, that 10, not the 4 ball, the 2 ball's a blocker. The 5 ball is a dodgy thin cut. Yeah, he's not getting there, I don't think. Well, that was short-lived. Well, like I say, a good break shot in cribbage isn't 4 balls in a break as much as you would think, because it generally ends up where there's a problem somewhere in the table, and the problem was that 2 ball block in the pocket. And so Acero very quickly is back at the table, and he's got just as much a problem as Albinario had. Now, where's the 13? It's down here. You can't play the ball in the kitchen first. So he's looking to play a big draw back onto this 13 after having played the 3-2 combo, and that bump in the 3's killed it. It's amazing how things can very quickly go wrong. With that 3 ball running loose, it's run into the cue ball and it's knocked it dead as far as the 13 ball goes. So now he's going to have to try a kick. Oh, that's a great shot. What a shot that was. That's a brilliant shot. Can he capitalise on it? Well, he's going to have to run up the top of the table here around 2 rails. And if he's going to cut this 9, he could be in trouble, because that 6 ball is dodgy where it's sitting. He's looking to play 7 and 8, and that's a much better choice. And of course, now with the stack as it is, these are all partner balls. 5 balls over the corner pocket, 10 balls dead in the stack. He's tried for the bump. Well, he's brought the 1 out. And, well, if he wants, he can play the 6 and 9, get a better position on that 1 where he can drop through for the 14. Or he could play the 9 now and then play the 6. Well, that angle he's got in the 6 is perfect for another little nudge if he feels he needs to. And that's everything wide open. And that should surely be back to a 3-rack lead here for Acero. And we will be more than halfway home. Well, good morning to Vin says. Yes, I am up late, but I don't have any work tomorrow, and I'm barely awake as it is. But we're seeing a fairly strong performance here by Acero in the middle of this match. He's already had a 3-rack lead. He's about to have a 3-rack lead again. This for the 5th cribbage, and it's 7-4. And a ball, 2 balls into the top right, a ball into the side pocket on the right-hand side. And the split on these balls is pretty damn good. In fact, he's actually made a cribbage. And the 5th, well, would you believe it? He's made a cribbage out of the 3 balls that's went down. 2 of them were a cribbage, and the other one was the 15, which got respotted. How about that for a roll of the balls? And he's got a great table, pretty much. Well, this could almost take the match away from Albinario here, if he can get himself out. He's got the 14 to make his 2nd cribbage. He's got the 8 and 7 there waiting, although I'm not convinced that's what he's played for because he's blocked off. He's got the 13 there and the 2 there. You've actually got the 4 ball and the 11 ball's tight down the rail, but it does go. Well, it has gone for the 8-7 or the 7-8 in this case, with probably the 2 and 13 to follow if he wants. Well, this is a table where he has to be out. It's too good not to get out, and it'd be a huge mistake if he didn't get out. Well, has he gone too far? Let's have a look. I see he's actually bolt straight on this 4 ball. He would have liked a little angle. He could have probably taken the 4-11. So now he's got a nasty little thin edge cut in the 13, and he's got to somehow still leave a shot in the 2. And that's not helped him. Well, from a winning position in this rack, he's now 2nd favourite. And this could be a big bonus opportunity for Albinario here if this combo doesn't go in. Well, it does go in. It does go in. So that glimmer of hope for Albinario very quickly snuffed out. We've got the 9 and 6 for the 5th cribbage, 6 into the side. And now it's an 8-4 lead. And Acero can already have a glimpse of the finishing line here. And Albinario has pretty much been shut out. And, right from the middle of this match, these vital racks that Acero's had to pull away, Albinario's had maybe 2 or 3 shots within that space of time of those racks. So he's had very little that he could do in reply to this. And again, Acero's had a ball and a break. The 2 ball is gone. Problem is he's going to have to play a kick in this 13. Or try the bank on the 3-13 into the side. That'll be some shot. Oh, he's going to double bank it. Wow. Well, whenever you need a roll of the ball,